client will come to see me and say that they're aware they're using lots of filler noises when they speak and they wish they didn't. Now, let's just define them first off. What is a filler noise? We're thinking things like Now, let's just look for a moment at why they're not good. Firstly, they make you sound a lot less fluent and they will undermine the value of what you say. They make you seem less certain. But there's another reason as well. The very first rule of communication is essentially this. You're trying to get what's in here, in there, in the best way possible. And I always say, remember this, your task as a speaker is to do as much of the listener's work for them as you possibly can. Now, fillers really undermine this because they give your listener extra work to do. Essentially, they turn your listener into your editor because what you're doing is you're making us edit them out. So for instance, if I'm telling you a fairy story and I say, once upon a time, not a word, edited out, many years ago, there was edited out, a beautiful princess, not a word, who lived in an ivory tower. Now, we do this subconsciously, but subconscious effort is still effort. It's why you're getting fed up of listening to that person who's using lots of fillers far quicker than you get fed up of listening to someone who isn't using them. So how do we begin to work on this? And I'll just tell you one thing, one tip. You elongate the vowels of words. So you allow yourself to think on a word rather than on a filler noise. Now, particularly good words for this tend to be linking words, things like and, so, now, well. So for instance, I'll just tell you about my commute, two different ways. One using filler noises, and one where I use this other technique where I'm elongating the vowels of linking words. So number one, I have to get on the train at about 8:30 and it's normally not too crowded and I never use the tube because I walk from Victoria Station through Green Park. That's way one. Way two. So I get off the train in the morning and I always go and buy a coffee in Pret-a-Manger and then I will, weather dependent, have a little wander through the park and then pop into Marks and Spencer's and go into the office. Now what I call it is using mozzarella. I call it the mozzarella moment. If I am trying to frame my next thought, I'll just elongate to give myself that thinking time rather than the And it's so much better because we don't have to edit it out.